Hi everyone, it's Christine with the Town of Nashville Parks and Recreation and Cultural Services. I'm here with another video for our nature Christmas decorations. This one's going to be another one that you can sit like on your table. You could also make it into a hanging ornament if you want, but I like it as a table decoration. It's a little gnome. And so this is made out of a pine cone. And the supplies you need for it are of course a pine cone, and for the nose I use the topper from an acorn. So I just got both of these out of the yard. You can also use a small pine cone, but yeah, you can make a family, so you can use large and small. You need red construction paper, or it can actually be any color, or you could use felt. And then cotton balls, and then some sort of glue. I like to use hot glue, but any sort of strong glue will work, because you got to glue to the pine cone. So pine cones come from pine trees. They actually hold the seed for it. And so right here is the seed that came out of one of these, I call them bracts or scales. So each one holds a seed for that. It takes about 2 to 3 years for the pine cone to mature and release its seeds. And so this is going to be the hat. So the first thing you do is sort of judge how far down you want your hat to go. So that's about how far. I pre-trimmed this. The size depends upon how big your pine cone is. So like this would be too big for my small pine cone, and this would actually be about the right size. So look at your size of your pine cone and decide how much paper you need. But we're not putting our hat on first. We're going to put our nose on first. And if you don't have any acorns around, you can use whatever you want for a nose. Maybe you have like white construction paper or yellow construction paper or brown construction paper. Whatever color nose you want is good. This is yours. So I'm going to sort of tuck my nose in like that and then glue it. So I'm going to put my nose, I think, right about there. And then judge. I think that'll be good. I like to have the little knob where it's connected to the tree there. So acorns are the actual seed for an oak tree, okay? So oak trees and pine trees are two different, I actually just lowered it a little bit, two different types of trees. But they both hold the seeds. There's some old glue on my glue gun. I'm gonna remove that. So I'm gonna set that right there. Put some glue, hot glue right there. And quickly, because I'm working outside, it's such a beautiful day, tuck that in there. All right. Add a little more glue to the sides to make sure it sits. So pine trees are the state tree of North Carolina. There's no specific type of pine tree that is the state tree. There's lots of different pine trees here in North Carolina. Loblolly pine has the largest pine cone in North Carolina. There is longleaf, which has really long needles. Needles are the leaves. This is a longleaf, not longleaf, loblolly pine needles. Shortleaf pine, pitch pine, and then I'm going to trim this to make it a little easier to put on my hat. So I just sort of trimmed it. This is the top of the hat. Now I'm making a mess. I also have a little garbage can up there. And then there's my acorn. I overlap it a little bit. But this is yours. So there's no really right way to do it. It's just however it works for you. And then you can see it overlaps in the back. Okay, and now we're going to glue it. Oh, it didn't overlap in the front though. Sometimes it's good to have a helpful hand which I don't have today. All right, so overlapping in the front, overlapping in the back, trying to be safe with my hot glue. All right, I'm pushing. I gotta add more hot glue to my glue gun. And now I'm gonna attach, oops, let me add another glue stick. And just glue at the bottom as well. So you might have to go up underneath to glue at the bottom, which is fine. Be careful when you're using your hot glue gun that you don't touch the hot glue, right? It's a hot glue gun. So sometimes I use my extra acorns to push. Sometimes I have a couple of sticks laying around to push. And the last step is to add my pom-pom. So now I'm just going to, I pulled apart my cotton ball. I'm going to add the messy side up. If you have glitter and you want to and are allowed to use it, you can add some glitter. You could decorate your hat. I like to keep it plain. So the Tar Heel State is what we're sometimes called here in North Carolina, or the Tar Heels. The tar, we used to make a lot of tar and turpentine here in North Carolina, and that comes from the sap of the pine trees. And so that's where we got our name. So here's my little Gnome. He's a cute little decoration. You can sit him on your windowsill or your mantle if you have a mantle, or even your table. If you make a couple, maybe make another little small one and you could have a family of gnomies. Join us for some of our other nature decorations, and I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day.